I was 16 in my junior year of high school. There were 9 periods in a school day, and 5th period was lunch. Right after that, I had astronomy class. Our astronomy class was held in one of 2 basement classrooms. My school was huge, 3 full floors, but that still wasn't enough, so they turned part of the basement into extra rooms. That part of the school always felt creepy, especially when no one else was around. It used to be a janitor's storage area, but they remodeled it to look more like a hallway. Still, there were no intercoms or loudspeakers down there, so no announcements could be heard, which meant no first period classes. Everyone called it the chamber. And honestly, most kids wanted classes down there because it was air-conditioned, the teachers were more laid back, and it even had its own bathroom. We had a quiz in astronomy that day. I finished early as usual. I always found that class easy. I texted my friend, JJ, who was in the other basement room, and told him to meet me in the bathroom. I was bored. He texted back, "On my way." A few seconds later, he walked in. We joked around for a bit. Then JJ looked at his phone and said, "Dude, someone just texted me. The school's on lockdown." We both looked at each other, wide-eyed and smiling. None of our teachers had seen us leave the classroom, so we figured we had free range of the school. We decided to sneak upstairs and check out the hallways, just for fun. Worst case? We'd tell them we didn't hear the announcement in the basement. Totally believable. But the second we opened the basement door, we noticed something weird. The lights upstairs were all off. The hallways were pitch black, except for faint sunlight coming through the glass doors in the main lobby. That was strange. Usually, the lights stayed on during lockdowns. JJ stepped out first. I followed. Then he whispered, "Who's that?" I looked. Out of the darkness, a man was walking toward us. At first, we thought maybe it was a teacher. But no, his clothes were ragged, dirty, not like any staff member. And it was so, let's go angry I told JJ. We rushed back down into the basement. Back down there, both classrooms were locked and lights were off. So we ran into the bathroom and shut off the lights. We hid in the last stall, crouched, in total silence. There was no sound except our breathing and the dripping from a sink. Then, the bathroom door creaked open. For a second, the hallway light lit the room. Then it closed. Darkness again. We heard footsteps. They came closer, closer. And then, they stopped right outside our stall. The person began breathing heavily, like they'd just run a mile. I was frozen. JJ leaned in and whispered, "We need to crawl out to the other stalls." But the room was so quiet that even his whisper echoed. The breathing stopped. Then, the stall door shook violently. They were trying to get in. "Go. Now." We crawled under to the next stall, then the next, then the next, until we reached the exit side. Suddenly, the person slammed the stall door. We jumped to our feet and ran out. As the hallway light spilled into the bathroom, we saw him. The same man from upstairs, standing in the corner. We banged on JJ's classroom door. The teacher let us in, locked the door, and JJ immediately started explaining. The teacher looked shocked. Then he said something that chilled me to my core. I saw a gun sticking out of his pocket. I hadn't noticed it, but I nodded. Usually, if 2 kids burst into a room yelling, the class would laugh. But this time, everyone looked afraid. Then, bang! A loud knock at the door. Girls screamed. The man was staring through the door's small window, turning the handle. After a few more angry bangs, he walked away. Up the stairs. We stayed in that room for over an hour, in silence. Eventually, we were told to leave the school, escorted by police. We told them everything. A cop patted my back. We never heard anything else about it. The story never made the news. But I'm convinced that man came there to kill us, in that bathroom.